Hello, I welcome you all again to the e-learning program of Modern English School. I am Prashant Roy, as you all know. Our today's topic is warfare for wealth. The first thing about this topic is what is the meaning of warfare? Warfare means the activities involved in a war, means the activities that are involved in a war or a battle that are called the warfare. So we have to understand that war was fought for which purpose? War was fought for gaining wealth. We have to see this in under this topic. You can see in the book there are 5 paragraphs under this topic. We will explain each paragraph one by one. At first, you should look that each dynasty was located in specific regions, and at the same time they wanted to gain control over the other region, because after gaining control they could have access to wealth as well as the resources. One of the particularly prized area at that time was the Kannauj, which is a place in Uttar Pradesh. Kannauj was famous because the land of Kannauj was very fertile, because it was in the Ganga Valley. For centuries, the rulers belonging to the Gurjara Pratihara, Rashtrakuta, and the Palas, they fought among each other to gain control over the Kannauj. Since the fight was very long, and the long fight is called struggle, and also 3 parties were involved in this struggle. So this is described as tripartite struggle by the historians. Means in the first paragraph we have to see about the tripartite struggle, which was happening between Gurjara Pratihara, Rashtrakuta, and the Cholas to gain control over the Kannauj, which was very fertile land. After that, the second paragraph tells what we have to study in the chapter 5, because the chapter 5 is about rulers and the buildings. Means how the rulers developed buildings, how they built exquisite temples and very large forts. We have to study in the chapter 5. There we can see the ruler demonstrated their power by building large temples and very beautiful temples. So when they attacked over each other kingdoms, they often targeted the large temples. We'll read this in chapter 5. Actually, you should read chapter 5, page number 62-66. There you can find much about this. After that, the third paragraph is about Sultan Mahmud, who was a ruler of Ghazni. Ghazni is a place in Afghanistan, and Sultan Mahmud was a ruler of there. He ruled over very large territory, and the territory belonged to the Central Asia, Iran, as well as the northwestern part of the subcontinent. Means 3 areas, major areas were including in the territory of the Sultan Mahmud. That were the Iran, northwestern part of subcontinent, and the Central Asia. Also, he ruled between 997 to 1030. Means he ruled for 33 years. 3 areas he ruled, and for 33 years he ruled. He often raided the Indian subcontinent. Almost every year he raided the Indian subcontinent. And while raiding the subcontinent, his target was to occupy the temples, and including that of Somnath temple, which is very wealthy temple. He plundered Somnath temple many times. And much of the wealth which he plundered from India, he carried that wealth to his capital, Ghazni, and he started to build there a very exquisite mosques there. He started to build splendid city at the Ghazni. The fourth paragraph tells that Sultan Mahmud was not only interested about conquering and plundering, he was also interested in knowing about the people of the subcontinent. So he entrusted a scholar, an Arabic scholar, whose name was Al-Biruni, to write an account of the Indian subcontinent. Al-Biruni wrote a book which is known as Kitab-ul-Hind, which is a very important source for the historians to know about the subcontinent. While writing Kitab-ul-Hind, Al-Biruni consulted Sanskrit scholars of India. So this is very important source because Sanskrit scholars also help him to get information about the subcontinent. And at last, in the last paragraph, we can see that other kingdoms which were involved in the war, that included the Chahmanas kings. Actually, they were known as the Chauhans. They expanded the kingdom. They wanted to expand the kingdom beyond their territories. Actually, the Chahmana kingdom was based around the places of Delhi and Ajmer, and it wanted to expand to the eastern part as well as the western part. In eastern part, it faced opposition from the rulers of the Gujarat, while in the eastern part, it faced opposition from the rulers of Uttar Pradesh. They were the Gahadwads. Also, we can see that this rule about the kingdom to control a large territory was only to gain a lot of wealth from the territory. In this way, we can say that warfare for wealth. One more thing is that the most famous ruler of Chahmana dynasty was Prithviraj Chauhan, who is also called Prithviraj III. He ruled between 1168 to 1192. He became famous because he defeated an Afghan ruler whose name was Muhammad Ghori in the year 1191. But Prithviraj Chauhan lost to Muhammad Ghori the very next year in 1192. So you can see we have these things in this topic. Okay, thank you for watching the video.